Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Keisha. I am a jazz, blues, and R&B singer, and today I just wanted to come on and at first I was just gonna come on and say hi, just because I have been going live every Friday. I wanted to kind of keep up the tradition. But I figured today I would talk about why I want to make an album. I did previously speak about kind of the inspiration behind the album, See, Hear, Speak, the idea behind it. But I also wanted to explain why I want to make an album to begin with. For those of you who don't know much about me, I come from a musical family. My dad is a Grammy award-winning jazz guitarist, and so I grew up backstage, as I like to put it. And I grew up playing music. I was in bands and choirs and orchestras all through high school. I did musical theater. Um, in college, I went to the United States Military Academy at West Point, which is the Army's college, if you guys don't know. And I spent 5 years in the Army on active duty after I went to West Point. And I think that just kind of broadened my horizons and also kind of helped me discover my own relationship with music. I kind of felt like previous to that, my relationship with music was based off of my family. And I just wasn't sure coming out of high school if I wanted to pursue music for myself or if it was because I felt like it was the thing to do, just because I'd spent my whole life surrounded by music and musicians. And yeah, so I, kind of found my own relationship with music prior to going to West Point. I mostly was in bands. I did do musical theater and I was in choirs, but I kind of always felt like I, belonged in the chorus or background or whatever. I didn't really think that I could sing very well until I went to West Point and kind of had people tell me that I could sing, and, encourage me to step out and find my own voice. So that's kind of what I did. In at West Point, I was in the gospel choir, and I eventually became the director of the gospel choir. Um, I was also in the Glee Club at West Point. Um, and I think those 2 experiences kind of helped me get the confidence to just sing. Um, and then I spent 5 years in the Army where I didn't really do anything musically, but just kind of, I don't know, do things on my own. And I think that's where I kind of realized that I missed it, and I wanted to be more involved in music, I guess. So when I got out of the Army in 2013, I still kind of wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I started kind of experimenting with um, the idea of opening a bakery. So I was going to either open a bakery or open a music school. I was actually looking into opening a franchise of the School of Rock. And I ended up not doing that. I ended up playing in a all women folk band, and I played the upright bass and I sang background vocals. And I went to grad school and I got an MBA with a music business concentration with the hopes that I would get involved in music business. So I still kind of didn't really see myself in the forefront, just more so helping other musicians, which I still really have a passion for. And kind of throughout my MBA studies, I realized that I really love digital marketing, which is the nerd part of me coming out. But yeah, it was just, in my desire to help other musicians, I started working with my dad in his business and helping him kind of update things, stay on top of trends and stuff like that, helping him with his web presence and his social media presence. Um, And then I started singing background vocals with him as well as kind of singing with my sisters, and that's kind of how I started getting back into performing. And then I realized how much I really enjoyed performing again. So I was singing background with my dad and then singing kind of group stuff with my sisters. And then I just kind of, everybody, has their own life and they have their own stuff to do. And I just kind of got tired of waiting for other people to be ready to do something. So I decided that I would do something myself. And I released my first single, and that was Wayfaring Stranger. It's available on your favorite music platform. Wayfaring Stranger was the first like project that I released by myself. I then released another single called Besame Mucho, and I featured my dad on that track. And like throughout that process, I actually released Wayfaring Stranger in early 2020. So, well, I guess like the spring of 2020. And it was kind of right around the pandemic when the pandemic started. When I was recording that, my dad asked me to go back out on tour with him as the background vocals, but all of the shows were canceled. So I decided to start live streaming. And you know as my originally my content was all music, so I was singing all the time. I was live streaming pretty much every day, and that really kind of, one, gave me the confidence to sing the lead and sing by myself, and two, kind of helped me kind of technically improve my chops. So now I'm just kind of like, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this music thing. I don't know if I want to kind of go out on tour and do the whole, like, I guess, traditional, what people assume artists do, like make albums and go out on tours and stuff like that. I do kind of see myself performing, but I think with this album specifically, especially since it is an album with a message and a purpose, I really would like to get the music into TV and film. I think the subject matter would be great for some projects that are coming out. I guess I don't know if they're coming out, but it'd be great for a lot of the themes that are coming out. Just um, encouraging people to think about how they treat other people, look at what's going on in the world, things like that. So that's what I want to do with this project. And that's kind of why I decided to start making my own music. I really appreciate you guys so much for joining me on this journey. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster, but a good roller coaster. I just realized how much support I had out there. I mean, I've had literally people that I haven't spoken to since I graduated from high school or college. Reach out to me with words of encouragement as well as, contribute to the campaign. So I really, really appreciate all of the support. I really appreciate everybody that comments and shares, my comments on my post about my campaign and that shares the campaign with their friends and family. It means a lot to me. I've gotten a lot of really great feedback on the single that I've already recorded called Peace. um, and I'm really appreciative for all of that feedback. And I'm just really excited to see what comes next. So if you haven't heard Peace, it is available really only on the campaign page. So it is linked in my bio if you're watching on Instagram. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, it will be in the description of this video. Um, and feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments, as well as if you have any questions. I know I just kind of dumped a lot of information out on you guys, but I feel like if you get to know me a little bit better, then you'll kind of have an idea of what kind of music will come out of me. So I really appreciate all of the love and support, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.